federal government have constitutional right to own land within an estate except for what's written here?
Nope.
No. Okay. The only other place that it talks about land within, well, for the federal government is in Article 4, which talks about territories. The federal government does not own territories, but they have the right to control them until that they can be turned into states. Once a state enters the Union, it enters in upon equal footing with the original 13 states. That's also in Article 4. Did the original 13 states have federal land in them? They didn't, because the federal government didn't even exist when they started. They were an entity unto themselves. Each state, colonies if you would call them, but once they gained their independence from England, they were 13 separate countries. Now, evidence of this is in the treaty, the peace treaty that basically ended the Revolutionary War. It was signed by 14 states. The 13 states were obvious. Who was the 14th state? Does anyone know who the 14th state that signed the treaty that brought peace after the Revolutionary War? Anyone have an answer for that? It was the state of Great Britain. All right. So if you understand the definition of a state, look it up in your dictionaries, whatever. The definition of a state is the exact same as the definition of a nation. Okay? And the terms are often back and forth a little bit. So that treaty was signed by 14 states, and it lists them. I've actually seen it. I wish I had a copy of it to show you. But it was signed by the state of Great Britain. Okay? Now, we in America have almost been trained to believe that a state is nothing more than a district. In fact, that's what the BLM, they don't call it the state of Nevada, they call it the district of Nevada. I don't know if you realize that, but they don't recognize statehood. They call it a district. Or in Canada, they're called provinces. Okay? A province is not the same definition as a state. A state, I got stuck there. A state is a much greater status and entity than a province or a district. Okay? And so technically, if you want to listen to or figure out what the United States is, okay, think of the word union. Is union a thing of one? Okay, can I be united with myself? Okay, no. But you guys are all here together, united with me right now.
Betcha.
Okay, so a union is a group of many. Okay, now we're one group, so I guess we're one under that deal, but without many, it can't be a union. Okay, so we are the United States. Okay, it's not one. We're not, quite honestly, I'll probably get media backlash for this statement too. When I say the Pledge of Allegiance, I don't say one nation under God. I say 50 nations under God.
Amen.
United, or I say 50 nations united under God. Okay? We're still united. We're still one. I still love the United States of America, but I do recognize the individual entity of each state.
Exactly.
Sovereignty. The sovereignty is the key word there. That's right.
I have one more question.
Okay.
I've been out here a few times, and I've brought photo camps. How's everybody getting along out here? Do you want to talk about it, or?
Well, we've had a few little scuffles of misunderstandings, you know, and we're trying to bring, you know, a unity and stuff, and so nothing major, but we're trying to. I'll tell you what, the Lord has been so involved with so much of these things. We know that the opposition, Satan, is going to try to wiggle his way in here and cause problems. So that's to be expected. We're trying to stay on a high moral ground, and I'm trying to be true to the principles that Christ taught us, to love one another and to get along. And so
how does the federal government get away with going against the Constitution with supposedly owning 80-90% of Nevada?
we the people have let it happen. We the people haven't read and understood. We the people You know, it's mostly our own fault. Now, and so that's what we're doing now. Finally, quite honestly, I had 3,000 of these copies. They're in the back of a truck in Utah right now. I wish I had them here to share them with you. But we are finally starting to read, starting to learn and understand. And so it's our own ignorance that has allowed this to happen. No longer.
I want to say
Amen.
something about the Constitution. I've been going to different meetings, seminars, and I've been hearing several times that the Constitution has been suspended. And recently, yesterday, I opened a video from Deborah Tavares, and she said it very clearly, the Constitution has been suspended. So I try not to believe it's true, but what do you think about that?
You know, there is all, again, I don't know the truth of things. These are the